Oh, thank you. I really can't see the number, but that really helped. Okay. So she said no. Her inner self said yes. Her inner self said no, and then she said yes. This is an epic battle that I'm sure all of us go through every day. And that is what gives rise to heroes, leaders, entrepreneurs, revolutionaries, everything. And every battle has a story. Each one of us is a story. And they say, let's make it a good one, right? So I'm here to tell you my story. You tell me if you like it or no. So I come from a Tambram family, a hardworking middle-class Tambram family. We get up to a Suprabhatam, which says, Kausalya Suprada Ramachandra Purva Pravartate. That's what it says, with hot filter coffee, idli, dosa, sambar, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I have a hardworking father, a hardworking mother. All they did was they worked for us, for our betterment. We are two daughters, so double pressure. So they worked for us, and they hoped that when we study, we work, we get married, we have kids, they get married, they have kids, and we have a retirement plan. Very typical, right? Very stereotypical, and I was very happy with this plan. I'm okay with this plan. But then, as a child, I couldn't stand in one place. I had to move around. So they put me in a dance class. And dance stayed with me throughout. It just stayed. It just was not letting go. Whatever I did, it just stayed. And that is the only reason I'm standing here today in front of you guys. And I'm proud to say that I'm a dancer, a choreographer, and an artist. And I'm absolutely, absolutely happy about it. I'm sure you will find your dreams and your passions. As a 5-year-old, when they put me to dance class, I cried every day before going to class because the teacher was really strict. She was like a little monster, sorry. I'm serious. So we have a thing called tattikari, which is like a thing that you beat and make sounds while rehearsing. So if we made a mistake, she would throw it right at our ankle, and she would aim really well. She would. And as a child, as a 5-year-old, I was petrified to go to class. I would cry. Believe me, I didn't get even hit once. But when I saw other people getting hit, I would have tears in my eyes. I would go out running. I said, I don't want to go inside, it's scary. But I enjoyed the process of learning. Attayum, tatta, just the sounds of it made me happy. And whenever my grandparents, my parents, my sister came to drop me to class, they would say, it's okay. It's okay to commit a mistake. Make mistakes, but enjoy the process. Have fun with it. And so I did. The first ever performance with that teacher was on a stage where I stood first, and we did Dashavatam, and I was the Matsya Avatara, the very first avatar in the Dashavatar. Believe me, I hate fish till date. I'm a vegetarian. I cannot stand fish. It's made an impact. It's a scar that will stay till the rest of my life. I moved on from there. My mom put me in another class. She was in search because we were shifting places. So this teacher, she said, show me what you've learned in whatever years. So I stood in front of her, and I had butterflies. I was shivering. But the moment the music started, the talam started, I had a smile on my face. I enjoyed it. She stopped me in the middle, and she said, wait. You join my class from tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And she smiled and she said, you're very good. That is the first time I ever heard a compliment. And I was so ecstatic. I was like, I don't care how this teacher is. I'm going to this class because I need these compliments. I love this. So I went and I made friends. I started traveling for dance. I saw so many places while I was young. I got to perform in temples. It was beautiful. And then I started attending competitions. Now, competitions are really stressful. I did not know that. I went. This was my 5th standard. I went, I performed. At the end of it, they gave me a certificate. I thought I won. It was a certificate of participation. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I'll get something the next time. And I went week after week, attending competitions here, there, this inter-school, that inter-school. I just went through a number of competitions for 3 years, 5th, 6th, and 7th, without receiving one single award. Every time I would come back with a certificate. And I started crying, I started losing it because I was like, what am I doing wrong? I questioned myself, am I not good enough? Because something's definitely wrong, because 3 years, almost every weekend, attending competitions and not winning them, I'm probably not doing something right. So my dance teacher looked at me and she said, it's okay to lose. It's really okay to lose. What you're not doing is you're not enjoying it. The moment you get on stage, you're the only one who needs to be happy. You're the only one who needs to smile and feel it so that the others feel it and others enjoy it. 5th to 7th, every time I attended this competition, I performed on a Krishna song. Ras Leela, Makhan Chor, all of that I did. I started hating Lord Krishna because I didn't win a prize. So I changed the gods. 8th standard, I took up Lord Shiva. And I won the first prize. I did. I'm not making this up, I did. Instantly, I loved Lord Shiva. I was like, this is the only Lord, and I will pray only to him. And Tandava is the only dance I will perform for the rest of my life. And so I did for the next 3 years, and I kept receiving awards. He's still very dear to me, Lord Shiva. But then I went to college. I started. Now, through school and college, of course, academics were very important because, as I told you, I come from a Tambram family. So I had to end up being either an engineer or a scientist or a doctor. Honestly, those were the only 3 options I had. I didn't have another option. So I ended up doing BSc. Because then, if I had to do engineering, I had to travel like 3 hours away from my house, and I was too lazy to do that. So I ended up doing BSc in life sciences. I studied well, I was among the top 4, but I continued dancing. And then I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I need to make a decision for myself, and I will take up science very seriously, and I will make it a career. So I ended up going to London, studying MSc in forensic science. And I couldn't dance for two and a half years while I was in London because I was studying and I was working. So competitions to dur ki baat, I couldn't go. But then I missed dancing. I just missed the feeling when I danced. So I just ended up going to some class and attended classes once in a week. Mehenga pad gaya, itna hua nahi. Because I had to study, I had to work, I had to save. So I couldn't do that. But in forensics, I had assignments on serial killers. I couldn't sleep for a week. And then I had fingerprinting. Now, fingerprinting is something that I realized even the identical twins don't have the same fingerprints, right? So when we scientifically, biologically are so different, why don't we physically and mentally accept that. You are different, I am different. And we just need to be happy about the fact that we are different. And we need to accept it and live it to the fullest. While I was in this process, I had to come back to India because my dad wasn't well. So I came back. And in a few months, he got bedridden. So I was with him. During that time, Dance India Dance, the first season happened, and we were watching it at home. So he looked at the show and he goes, "Yeah, you should do something like this." I said, "Dad, seriously, finally I'm focused and I'm doing something in my life. And I have responsibilities. Now I need to pay bills. I have to take care of everything right now. I can't, think about attending another competition and wasting another 4 or 5 months of my life. And I haven't danced in about 3.5 years. I don't know if I'll be good enough." Again, I questioned myself. So my dad ended up telling me that, you know what, if you think that you're not good enough, then you should just go try. And don't give yourself reasons and excuses. So I said, okay, we'll see. And in a few months, we lost him. Dance was the only thing that helped me deal with that stress during that point. I started working as an embryologist, and I was taking science very seriously. So that was my career, and I was very focused with it. And then Dance India Dance Season 2 comes along. I'll give it a try. So for Dad, I went up there and I auditioned. And I auditioned with a Shiva Tandav. I had to. I didn't have a choice. And I got selected. Now, through the journey of DID, I performed a lot of acts, different styles of dancing. Once and only once, I got to perform a pure Bharatanatyam piece on the show, where I got standing ovation by all the judges, and I got applauded and, good things, appreciations. So I was really happy. I said, okay, finally, classical has been appreciated on a national television. So it's a good thing. But I end up getting the best solo performer of season 2 for that act. And that was an act of Lord Krishna. Well, he didn't really hate me. And neither did I. So I think we made our peace with each other. But it just comes to say that it's all here. The barriers that you create for yourself, you just need to let it go. You fight with it from within. That's when you will live it. So that day, I realized my passion has turned into a profession. It rarely happens that you get to live your passion. And I am doing that today, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. And I'm extremely, extremely happy about it. But then I thought that was it, right? It was easy now. No, it just kept getting worse. Because people told me that तुम तो classical dancer हो, hip hop नहीं कर पाओगे तुम. I said, अच्छा ठीक है. I questioned myself again. I said, I might not be able to do it, yaar. It's not that easy maybe. But then, oh, that was me when I was young, sorry. Season 2. That's when I met Prema D'Souza. He is now the god of hip hop in India, and also the ambassador, right? I started working with him. I've been working with him for about 5 years now. And believe me, I have done hip hop choreographies with him. Sun Satya, ABCD2 is my choreography. And that's all hip hop, that's not Indian. So I was happy with it. I was like, okay, I get to go through another challenge. So it's good, it's all good. They said, abhi theek hai, naach vaach liya, sikha diya, ab kya karoge, ab to ho gaya. But no, I wanted to learn more. I wanted to do something more. So I ended up taking the love for camera. I became the assistant director on ABCD2 and Flying Jet. and also the choreographer on the 2 films. And I enjoyed the process. It's complete hard work. You think it's all easy. Watching a film, dekh liya, arey acha nahi hai, arey acha hai. But there's a lot of hard work that goes behind everything that you see. So I have been a part of these 2 films, and I'm extremely happy about it. And I've gotten to work with so many artists. Believe me, they have the same kind of fears that you do, that I do. They face the same challenges that you and I do. And they have to go through it every single day, like you and me. So it's not that easy for them as well. But all I want to say is, at the end of the day, patience and perseverance. You really, really need to live by it. Learn every day. There is always something new to learn. There's always something old that you've forgotten that you need to relearn. Do it every day, every second, every moment. There's something new to do. Take the risk. Face your fears. Because the moment you do that, your inner self will thank you one day and say, thank you for empowering me. Thank you for breaking these barriers. And thank you for revolutionizing myself. Thank you. That's all I have. Yeah.
बरसा दे इश्क़ की स्याहियाँ